Okay. Okay, chapter 4, discussion questions. Aaron has a chain connecting his billfold to his jeans. So what I jotted down, I said that I would follow these steps. I would probably look at the dress code policy, his intent, whether it's a safety concern or a potential disruption or past behavior. So before I would address Aaron, I probably would need to know the school's dress code policy to see if such a chain is prohibited or not. I would also look at the chain to determine if it was a safety concern or a potential disruption. I would also look at his past behavior, such as has he been in trouble before for violating the school's dress code, or would this be his first event offense? So I said I probably need all those answers before I can actually give like a proper consequence.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of how I felt about all of them. I guess what I started with, I was read through, I was figuring out, so what is the reasoning behind dress code policy? What does the violation have to be? And you kind of hit on it, like safety, right? So our for the most part, if we're talking about being in a public education setting, the policy is probably going to focus on safety. At the schools I've been at, that's really what it comes down to. Um, is it? It talked about the uniform policy has no consensus regarding effectiveness. So in the book, it said there's no real data out there to suggest that uniform policies yield more safe learning environments, which I found interesting. I wonder how you would conduct a study of that, but something to consider. So talked about if you're going to make the policy, like in this scenario, yeah, who is involved as far as when the policy was created? It said for the admin guide make sure that all of the people who are going to be affected by this dress code policy have been involved in the creation of it, or at least you've given it out there, right? Like, are people really going to show up to help with that? Like parents, who knows? And they might be irritated with the policy you create. Um, so yeah, I chalked it down to this. For Aaron, I can't discern where a billfold, a chain connecting his billfold to his jeans would have any more danger than a necklace or a lanyard around a student's neck, as far as safety goes, especially when I was at North Star. Every student wears a lanyard with their picture on it and their student number. I couldn't imagine you could have an argument, a credible argument to say your chain is going to be a safety issue, but we have these lanyards around that could cause, I mean, be used in the same way to harm. So I settled on kind of the same thing. No violation for Aaron.
Okay, next one. Tom has a picture of a squirrel on his shirt with the caption, "Protect your nuts." And again, I said I'd follow the same steps. Obviously, I would have to see in the handbook if there's a policy to prohibit clothing with inappropriate language or images. Obviously, his shirt is intended as a joke. However, when it comes down to it, does Tom actually understand that such a phrase like that would be inappropriate for a school setting? So again, I'd have to know, is this Tom's first offense? Has he worn the shirt before? Is it his first time? But I probably would, due to the shirt being, it is inappropriate for a school setting, I'd probably have Tom change and he not allowed to wear it back in school. And then depending on whether or not this is the first violation or not, kind of depends whether or not I'd go harsher in the consequence.
I do. I wish that it had the referral. So who referred the student to the office for the dress code violation? I think that would be, it plays into it. The one thing it talked about was um, when you do this, you have to do it with fairness and consistency. And so for Tom, what I was thinking about is every student, I probably have to side with them due to due process, and there has to be a burden of proof to suggest that Tom's shirt was causing disruption in the learning environment. So if Tom's shirt is causing disruption in a room, if his behavior, if he's bringing attention to this, and students are, it's stopping English class or whatever's happening, like now I think we have grounds to possibly have Tom change or wear something else. If that's not happening, and I have a teacher who just says, "Oh, can you believe Tom's wearing this shirt that says protect your nuts?" If Tom's not bringing any disruptive behavior to class and it's just that teacher who has an issue with it, again, along the lines of what our policy is, like we don't have a big important part right now. Um, but I don't think I have any grounds really to say, Tom, you need to change or you need to wear something else. Like the burden of proof probably would have to be met in order to give them that fair due process.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Ashley is wearing skin tight leggings, and I jotted down this one's tricky because most female students wear skin tight leggings to school as they've become a highly popular fashion choice among them. I teach eighth grade, and almost every single girl wears, Lululemon pants or
Yep.
Athleta pants of some sort. And actually, last week I looked just to see. It's not like I look every day, but just to see how many girls were in athletic leisure skin tight leggings. And yeah, mostly every single girl, if not skin tight leggings, it was baggy, comfy pants.
Mm.
So again, like I don't know, this is again tricky because I'm not really sure if this is a battle worth fighting with parents because I think parents would have a lot of pushback on athleta wear.
Yeah, the districts I've been in, this is a no-brainer, no violation of the dress code. Every district I've been at now, especially here, like we have teachers who will casually on Fridays wear leggings, which to me isn't professional wear, but I don't write our contract agreements for what teachers sign up for. So, um, comes down to policy, comes down to the battles you want to fight. I guess if you had a district where you had a lot of parents and stakeholders who were like, "Yeah, we don't want our students to wear this," I think you could enforce a policy like that, but it would depend on those individuals surrounding you and how you're going to address it as a whole. So. Right now, I see it as no violation of the dress code. Now, one instance that I did write down, there was a student in my school in Delaware who had skin tight leggings that were see-through. Students
Oh,
brought it to my attention, and I had to address that one. And it turned into a whole deal, like um, the male teacher who brings it up. But I didn't really, I just said, here's the deal. So and so's telling me he can see something he doesn't want to see in class because your pants are see-through. We probably need to get you changed into something that's not going to expose you, which would be in an inappropriate way. And so nothing came of it. Parents weren't upset. It wasn't I mean, student was very upset because she wanted to wear it, but nothing came of it. So I think all the situations, like probably what it comes down to is like teaching your staff how to address it, like,
mhm.
calm, collected, understanding that like the policy has been transparent to students from the start. Like this is our dress code policy, and then you kind of need to enforce it from day one. That comment on fairness and repetitive, like that's what it comes down to. So, um, yeah, impeding on the freedom of expression though gets you in some trouble. Like I was surprised you didn't have one on here with like Trump 2024. That would have been, those are the ones that are interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.